Storm Tracker 7 weather is presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Happy Tuesday evening to you. Storm Tracker 7 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Booth here. Had a lot of sunshine out there today. It was pretty nice. The temperatures warmed up nicely as well. We had 70 today for the first time in 2025 here in Wheeling. That's 25 degrees above the average. And we've dropped back to 65 in Wheeling, 63 in Steubenville. Looking at the upper 50s in Cambridge already, but still that's feeling pretty good. The average high this time of year right around 45. So it was a mild one today. And it was also, we had that sunshine. So it was really nice. A little on the breezy side at times, but it looks like tomorrow we're going to have to watch out for some of those spring-like storms. Feeling a little like spring today, and we'll feel a little like spring tomorrow temperature-wise, but also we'll have the threat for some spring-like storms. We have a marginal risk for a few stronger storms out in our far western counties, out Muskingum, Guernsey, and in Noble counties, and a slight risk of some stronger storms out on the east side of Harrison County, out through parts, most of Belmont County, most of Monroe County, and counties eastward. And the way I like to describe this is if you were to kind of break down the threat from a 1 to a 5, 1 being the lowest level, 5 being the highest level, we're looking at a 1 out in the far west and a 2 out in the central portion of the area. So we are going to watch out for the threat for some stronger storms. Biggest threat we're going to face would be some high wind gusts, but we've got to watch out for some steady to heavy rain, especially through the morning hours and maybe even a little hail. The tornado threat is on the low end. It's not entirely zero, but I do think that, again, anything we see, we have a better chance for some of those stronger wind gusts. We're going to have to watch out. It's all going to really depend on how much sun we get into the afternoon to really destabilize the atmosphere after we had some steadier to heavier rain through the morning hours. That's really going to kind of prime the atmosphere if we can get some sunshine. And that's because we're going to be picking up with this, generally a lot of us about a ½ inch of rain. That's kind of what the models where they're kind of sort of falling in, basically about a quarter to about a ½ inch or so of rain, but there will be some higher amounts in some of those spots that get hit with some of those thunderstorms, so watch out for that. Here's kind of what we're looking at, though, with your satellite and your radar imagery. We've had a couple of clouds roll through here and there, but generally a little more cloud cover right now out to the west of us. Those clouds will be on the rise as we head through the evening and into the overnight hours. That's out ahead of our next weather maker that, again, will bring us the threat for some rain, mainly while we're sleeping, and then some steady to heavy rain possible as you're driving into work tomorrow, so just keep that in mind. Then we're going to have to watch out into the afternoon. And regardless of what you see, we're all going to have the threat for some stronger winds. Now, this area in yellow, there are going to be some spots. They've got an elevated risk for some higher non-thunderstorm winds, winds easily to 40 miles an hour in some spots. I do not necessarily think that here, but you still can't rule that out. We could have gusts as high as that. Other places could have gusts as high as 55 miles an hour, and then some of those higher elevations out ahead of this front could be dealing with a very significant wind threat. I don't necessarily think we're going to see that here, but still, there are going to be some spots, though, that really deal with some gusty winds. And again, even though we may not see the worst of it, we are still going to be very breezy tonight through tomorrow, even on into Thursday, so just keep that in mind. Hour by hour, you can see clouds building as we head through the evening. I don't necessarily think we're getting rain by 10, but I do think we'll start to see it as we roll past the overnight hours and into the early morning hours. You can see a steady rain fall through the wee hours of the morning here, 7 a.m. Some more steady to heavy rain coming through here. Starts to taper off as we head past lunchtime, but then we get a little sunshine that will allow some of those stronger storms to redevelop. That's what we got to watch out for. It depends on how much sun we get, but as we head past 5, 6 o'clock, the action starts to quiet down, and then we start to look at the colder air working in with the threat for some snow, believe it or not, by the time we get to your Thursday morning. So some showers and storms. Some could be strong to severe with winds being the main threat. Very breezy over the next couple of days. 64 tomorrow. 38 with early snow on Thursday. By Friday, a lot of the day is dry, 45 for a high, but late day rain into early Saturday, maybe even a little mix early on Saturday with 44 for a high. And then Sunday, we're looking at springing forward, 43 for a high. We're going to be talking about more spring-like weather with sunshine on Monday and Tuesday, highs in the 50s and even the 60s by Tuesday.